Hey everyone, welcome back to 5am English Loop. Today we are going to tackle something that confuses almost every English learner. Confusing words and their spellings. Don't worry, by the end of this video you will never mix them up again. So let's have a look. What's the difference? Let's break it down one by one. The first step, say versus tell. Here is the golden rule. You say something, but you tell someone. You say something means giving a statement. You tell someone means giving information. Okay? For example, she said hello and he told me the news. Next one is travel versus trip. Travel is the general act of going places, but a trip is one specific journey. For example, I love to travel. We went on a weekend trip to Paris. The next one is listen versus hear. Hear is a passive. It happens automatically, but listen is active. You do it on purpose. Let's look at the example. Can you hear that noise? I'm listening to music. Okay, got the difference? Okay, let's take another one. Yeah, each versus every. Each focuses on individual items, but every focuses on the group as a whole. For example, each student got a book, but every student passed the test. Here comes speak versus talk. Speak is more formal or one way, but talk is casual and two-way. Got the difference? Let's look at the example. May I speak with the manager? Let's talk after class. House versus home. A house is the building. Home is the feeling or personal space. For example, we built a new house. And this place feels like home. Home is the feeling or personal space. Our home, my home is beautiful. Like that. Got it? The next one is look. Look versus see. Look means you try to see, but see is automatic. Your eyes work. Example, look at the sky. I can see the stars. Next, fun versus funny. Fun means enjoyable or entertaining. You know that already. But funny means it makes you laugh. Got it? For example, the party was really fun. The joke was so funny. Okay? Here comes the next word, job versus work. A job is a specific position, but work is the general activity you do. So we can say like, she has a job and I work every weekday. Next one is borrow versus lend. Borrow means you take something from someone, but lend means you give something to someone. Here comes the example like, can I borrow your pen? I will lend you my pen. See the difference here? Borrow means you take something from someone, but lend means you give something to someone. The next one is still versus yet. Still means something is continuing, yet means something hasn't happened but is expected. For example, we can say like, I'm still waiting and he hasn't arrived yet. Next one is since versus for. Since shows the starting point. For shows the length of the time. Okay, since shows the starting point, for shows the length of time. For example, I have lived here since 2020. I have lived here for 3 years. Quick versus fast. Quick describes how soon something happens, but fast describes high speed or movement. She gave a quick reply. The car is really fast. Hot versus warm. Hot is much more intense or extreme in temperature, but warm is gently heated. For example, be careful, the pan is hot. The soup is warm, you can drink it. Tall versus height. Use tall for with height and a base. In case of people, buildings, we can say like tall. But high for things above ground or sea level. For example, he is a very tall man. The mountain is very high. Kind versus nice. Kind is about genuinely caring. Nice is about being polite. For example, that was kind of you to help. He's always nice to strangers. Here look at the other word, sympathy versus empathy. Sympathy, empathy. Both look the same. But sympathy means feeling sorry for someone. But empathy means understanding and feeling what they feel. So we can say like, I feel sympathy for her loss. I can empathize with your situation. So empathy means understanding and feeling what they feel. Okay. Here comes our another word or confusing words like hire versus recruit. Hire means to give someone a job. Recruit means to look for and attract candidates. For example, we hired a new assistant last week. The company is recruiting software engineers. Okay. So, our next confusing words are hope versus wish. Hope is for real possibilities, but wish for unreal or impossible things. For example, I hope it doesn't rain tomorrow. I wish I could fly. Big versus large. Big is more common and informal. Large is more formal or technical. Got it? Got the idea? Okay. We can look at the example like they live in a big house. The company owns a large facility. Next one is teach versus learn. Teach is to give knowledge, but learn is to receive knowledge. We can say she teaches English. I'm learning English. Okay, thank you for watching. And that's it. Confusing word pairs made simple. Like say versus tell, travel versus trip, and listen versus hear. Which one do you usually get confused with? Tell me in the comments. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more English made easy. Right here at 5 a.m. English Loop. See you in the next video. Bye bye.